Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Auralia. I am so excited to have you here. Today we are going to be talking about the fall trends. If you are new to my channel, my content is all around style and fashion for the plus size woman over the age of 50. I believe that life is way too short to live without style. I post 1 to 2 times a week, so if you are into it, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you do not miss a thing on my channel. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is the trend around dark florals, which I couldn't be more thrilled about. I love dark florals. I think dark florals are so beautiful. They're mysterious. They're very, very, I don't know. There's just something that I absolutely can't resist about a dark floral. As you can see, I am wearing a dark floral today, and I did pull this from my closet. I love wearing this, especially in the fall, because it has a lot of those beautiful fall tones, and it is absolutely something that you can work into a classic wardrobe. But even though you've got a classic wardrobe, doesn't mean that it has to be boring. You absolutely can inject some pattern in there, and the dark floral is one of the most beautiful patterns, I think, that you could work with in your wardrobe. You saw on the runways all kinds of jewel tone colors. This is going to be a season of high color. We're talking about like emerald greens and cobalt blue and red and pink and just color. It was splashed everywhere. Now, when it comes to developing a classic wardrobe, you think color, you might want to run away and hide. Do not. You can absolutely interject color into a classic wardrobe palette. I myself personally love red and blue and orange. This is one of those trends that is a little bit trendy, but it is something that I think is easy to work into a classic wardrobe. You know, just be very strategic about how you're going to do it, and that way you can get the most out of it for your own personal style. Another trend that was all over the runways is monochromatic tones head to toe. We were just talking about color, and actually for a petite plus woman, this is not a bad thing, because having that monochromatic color up and down will really help to elongate you, and it will also help to slenderize you a little bit in doing so. And actually that is a perfect segue. I've got a couple of color trends that are the next item on my list, and those are the colors pistachio and brown. Pistachio is a lovely vibrant shade of green that we do not see a whole lot in a lot of color palettes, whether that be home, fashion, or beauty, but it is a stunningly beautiful green color. The runways were showing people wearing it head to toe, and that is a way to go if you want to. The other color that I feel is trending for fall winter 2019 is brown, and I couldn't be happier. I love brown, especially as an alternative to black. Black can be very harsh. It can be very unforgiving, and brown actually is much softer but can still anchor an outfit the way black does. It's just not as harsh. It's a bit more gentle, and it is stunning, and I think that brown looks good with every color that you can think of, because to me it is one of the most beautiful, richest, loveliest neutrals. I don't currently own anything brown, and I think I need to amend that. I think I am going to go out and look for a pair of brown work trousers or something, so that way I can have this fabulous neutral in my wardrobe. So the next trend that I wanted to talk about was surprising to me a little bit, but not really if we are looking back at the late 80s and 90s, and that is leather everything. And it doesn't mean that you have to wear leather head to toe, although that's a very fashion forward and incredibly edgy look, but you don't have to wear it all at once. I would say maybe going out and getting a leather skirt or some leather pants or a leather coat or jacket, blazer I'm talking about, would actually be really great investment pieces in a classic wardrobe, because leather has been in style before, and it wasn't all that long ago, really. It kind of went off the radar, and now it's back, and I really like that. You know, I think that leather is very classic, especially when you purchase it in a classic cut. I am also going to be kind of keeping my ear to the ground for a leather piece, because this is one of those trends that I could definitely get on board with. And if you don't want to wear real leather, then you can always do, you know, pleather, polyurethane, or vegan leather as it is called these days. That's a great alternative as well, plus being lower in cost if you're on a budget. Another trend that was prevalent on the runways is one that I am calling that 70s vibe. I love the 70s, and I have a rule that if you've been through it once, you shouldn't do it again. But in my defense, I was a kid in the 70s, and I didn't really get to partake and really understand what was happening, you know, in the 70s when I was a kid. And I really love them, and I think that it is a cool look. It's a cool vibe. I actually bought a few things from the recent Nordstrom anniversary sale that had a really strong 70s feel, and I bought them because they felt really kind of retro to me like that. And so I am super excited for this particular trend. I think that there is a way that this trend can fit in a classic wardrobe, because it allows you the opportunity maybe to do a little bit of vintage shopping. You can find a lot of things that look like this 70s trend in thrift stores. I now do have these things in my closet and will be pulling from them a lot. I don't see a problem with it fitting into a classic wardrobe, because a lot of these styles have been classics for years, and that's why they come back. The next trend that is really prevalent right now is in the squared toe shoe, which I remember back in the 90s, man, it was the more square the better. But I do have a few things in my closet. One of them is brand new. It was a birthday gift, and it's these beautiful strappy sandals from By Far. It's the Teresa sandal, and it's got that fabulous squared toe. But I also am pulling out a pair of pumps that I've owned. I bought these from Aerosoles of all places. I don't even know if Aerosoles still exists, but they're these beautiful kind of like, I don't know, croc print squared toe heels. I really love these shoes. I have not worn them in a long time because I started going more for pointy-toed shoes. I found these in my closet the other day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to pull these out, and I've got to start wearing them more often, because they are very much on trend for fall, especially having a animal print, or you know, having that lizard type print on there. So yes, square toe shoes are a trend that I was able to find in my closet and will continue wearing going forward, because I actually forgotten how much I love these shoes. The next fall trend that I wanted to talk about are Victorian details. So shirts with a high collar, ruffles, a lot of structured sleeves, anything that's got that kind of frilly detail that you would have seen in the Victorian era. What I love about the Victorian details is this kind of also reminds me a little bit of that 70s vibe, because if you think back to the 70s, wearing high collared ruffled shirts, that frilly neckline is just something that I really love. There's something pristine about it. One thing that's related to this Victorian romantic style is the statement sleeve shirt, and you saw me haul two in my Nordstrom anniversary sale, and then I also have my blue and white stripe that I thrifted, but all three of these have that statement type sleeve. Pretty sure if you look in your closet, you've got something that will fit this trend, so don't hesitate to dig around. On the flip side of the Victorian romantic type style is the grunge romantic style. Think of it almost as a dark Victorian. You would wear this look paired with a really big chunky black boot, or like a Doc Marten, something like that. And so you're mixing the grunge with the feminine romance and the dark colors, and you have this particular type of look. Me personally, I don't know that I will participate in the romantic grunge. I was never a big fan of grunge back in the 90s when it happened the first time around, so likely I'm not going to participate in this trend. If you enjoy fall fashion trend videos, and make sure to check out my 2018 fall fashion trends, because surprisingly enough, or maybe not, a lot of those trends are still on trend this year as well. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Remember to live your life filled with confidence, grace, and style. I will see you in my next upload. Bye.